Hello and welcome. This is Helaluddin Ahmed. Today we will going to discuss on the recording process. That is how an accountant record different types of transaction in the journal. Before going through the recording process, at first we should know what is account. An account is a record of increases or decreases in a specific asset, liability or owner's equity item. The left side of an account is called the debit and the right side of an account is called credit. If the sum of debit entries are greater than the sum of credit entries, the account will have a debit balance. Here you can see that the $15,000 balance is debit balance because the total sum of debit is the greater than the credit of $3,000. And if the sum of credit entries are greater than the sum of debit entries, the account will have a credit balance. Here, in the same way, the 1,000 balance is a credit balance because the sum of total credit amount is greater than the debit amount. In a double entry system, each transaction must affect two or more accounts to keep basic accounting equation in balance. Also, in a double entry system, recording done by debiting at least one account and crediting at least one other accounts. And definitely, debits must equal the credits. In a double entry system, there are some rules for the components of accounting equation. That is, the asset accounts normally shows the debit balances. The liabilities accounts normally shows the credit balances. Normally, normal balance is on the increase side of this illustration. That is, normally asset will increase and it will be debit. And if the liabilities increases, that will be credit. Again, owner investment and revenue increases the owner's equity, that will be credit. And owner's drawings and expenses decreases owner's equity, that will be debit. If there is any revenue, earnings of revenues is to be benefit for the owners, and it is directly effect to the owner's equity account. That's why if there is any revenues, the owner's equity will be increased or it will be credit. And on the other hand, if there is any expenses incurred, the owner's equity account will be debited or it will reduces the owner's equity account. Here, this is the total summary of the accounting debit and credit rules or procedures. That is, if asset increases, they will debit, and if it is decreases, it will be credit. And if liabilities decreases, it is debit, and liabilities increases, it will be credit. In same way, owner's equity will be credit if it is increases, and the owner's equity will be debit if it will decreases. And if there is any revenue, the owner's equity will be credit and it will increase the owner's equity. And if there is any expenses, the owner's equity account will be decreases and it will debited the owner's equity. And this is another way of illustration of how debit and credit affect the assets, liabilities and owner's equity. At the end, you must remember the total debits must equal the total credits. Let's go for an example. Kate Brown has just rented space in a shopping mall. She will open a hair salon to be called Here It Is. A friend has advised Kate to set up a double entry set of accounting records in which to record all of her business transactions. In this case, if we can identify all the accounts that the Kate should keep in his business, we can classify these accounts in this way, that is the cash, supplies and equipment account will be assets, and notes payable, accounts payable account will be liabilities account, and the owner's equity, that is the total capital that Kate will invest in her business, it will be equity account. Now let's start for the journal. What is journal? Journal is the primary book of records where all the transactions record chronologically according to date, and this is basically the second step of accounting cycle. So what are the recording process? That means how we can journal and journalize and transaction. At first we should analyze the transaction, then enter the transaction in journal and transfer that journal information to ledger account. Generally, the journal is the book of original entry. I already told you that the journal is the primary books of record. That's why it is called original entry. And it's also recorded in chronological order. And this journal contributes in the recording process in some manners, like it discloses in one place to complete effects of a transaction, provide a chronological record of transaction, and helps to prevent or locate errors because the debit and credit amounts for each entry can be easily compared. For example, on September 1, Renil invested $15,000 cash in the business, and SoftBite purchased a computer equipment for $7,000 cash. Here, Renil is the owner of a business. The name is SoftBite, which actually do some computer programming business. So how we can record or how we can journalize this transaction? The transaction should be recorded like this. At first, very beginning, we should understand or we should know how to draw this journal format. This is the journal format, universal journal format. The first one is date column, then the account titles, date column, then account titles and explanation columns, then reference column, then debit column, then credit column. And at the top of the journal, we should write the general journal as a title. And before this title, we should mention the business name, that is SoftBite. So now what will be the journal entry of this transaction? That is, Renil invested $15,000 in his business, and he also purchased $7,000 for computer equipment in his business. So there will be two accounts for investment in a business as per double entry system. The first account will be the cash account and the second account will be the owner's capital account. The cash account will be debited by $15,000, and same way the owner's capital will be credited for $15,000, and there will be also an explanation for this transaction, and it is mandatory. And this explanation will be like that: the owner's investment of cash in business. The next transaction is that Renil purchased $7,000 equipment for cash. So this journal will be like that. That equipment account will be debited by $7,000 and cash account will be credited by $7,000. And the explanation will be the purchase of equipment for cash. Let's go for another journal or another example. On July 1st, Butler Company purchased a delivery truck costing $14,000. It pays $8,000 cash now and agrees to pay the remaining $6,000 on account. Basically, this is a compound entry where Butler Company purchased a delivery truck which costing $14,000, but they pay only $8,000 cash and they make some dues for $6,000 which will be paid later. So what will be the transaction? Here, as it is a compound transaction, the equipment account will be debited by $14,000, but there will be two credit account. One is cash account, that is $8,000, and account payable account will be $6,000. In this way we can record these kinds of compound entries, and the explanation will be purchase truck for cash with balance on account. And that's all for today. If you have any question, don't hesitate to mail me. Thank you.